Hey everybody and welcome back. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to be making this adorable penguin mug rug, finished completely in the hoop. Easy to do. This video is going to show you how, and you can get the file on omlembroidery.com in the shopping section of that page. So let's get started on how to do it. So the first thing is 5x7 hoop. All the supplies are in the description of this video, and we're going to need some water soluble stabilizer. And the first step that we're going to do is an outline, so we know where to place our fabric. So we're going to put batting, and I'm using the gorgeous warm and comfortable, whatever it is. I can never remember the name. But there you go. And fabric over top of it. And I chose something really bright for the background, and I love it. So once you get everything settled down, the next step is going to be, it's going to stitch it down. And it's going to go around it twice so we get it held quite nicely. If you could fussy cut the background, maybe with some trees or something, there's not a whole lot of room, but I think that would look fantastic too. I'm going to stick with my red, nice bright red, and kind of a snowflake pattern. I really like it. So once that is stitched down twice and looks fantastic, I actually ironed my fabric, believe it or not. All you have to do is watch it stitch out the stitches in the background, so the quilting stitches. Now, I didn't do any traditional quilting stitches. I just kind of did an echo design, and I thought it accentuated the penguin. Now, of course, I sped up the video here, so your machine will not stitch quite as quick as this, but it looks cool, right? I thought the echo pattern looked really good rather than, the meandering quilting stitches. And I just thought it added something to the design. I really liked it. I just thought, ta-da, there's our guy. And I also thought it would work on just about any fabric, because if you have busy fabric, you don't want busy background stitches. So I thought this was just enough. And you can see our little outline of our penguin guy right there. That was fast. That didn't take long at all. So the next step is the black part or the back part. You don't necessarily have to use black on it, but the back part of the penguin. The first step is, you guessed it, the outline. So we know exactly where we are placing our fabric for the background. Now I just used some kind of heavy black, but like I said, you think outside the box, and you can put any kind of fabric that you want. But I thought, nice kind of thick, shiny, almost denim fabric, and I thought, yeah, that'll work really well. So the next step is going to be to stitch it down so we get it held nicely. So it's going to stitch it around twice to make sure we have the fabric held down as well as we can, and it just makes it easier to cut it out as well. Now I'm using nice bright thread so you can see what I'm doing. If I was to use black, which would be even better, you wouldn't be able to see it at all on the video. So that's why I do bright colors, so you guys can see them. Now once that's stitched out, give it a trim, use your duck-billed scissors, take your time, make it look good. If you want to see how I trim stuff, you can watch some of the OML Embroidery live videos making mug rugs, and I show you how to do that. So the second part is the inside of the penguin. Now, I didn't want to use white for some reason. I wanted to change up the colors just a little bit. You can use white if you want, or pink or blue, or something that goes with your background even. I mean, there's no reason why you can't have a Christmassy penguin. Why not? So I used pale blue. It looks really bright under the lights here, but if you notice in the picture down at the bottom, it kind of looks like a little bit off-white, and that's really what I was going for. Just something a little bit different, but not, hot pink or anything like that. So I'm liking how it worked. I like how it looks. trim it out again carefully. And the next step is going to be the stitches to stitch that white part down. Now, I made a mistake when I was programming the colors. And you know what? Sometimes mistakes, they turn into happy mistakes, as that painter Bob Ross used to say. And it ended up being purple, and I was like, oh, when it started stitching, yeah, I really like it. I thought the purple was, you know, fun. I didn't think it looked bad or anything. Most people would stitch white. I'm going to do purple. So once that's done and the purple looks great, we're going to start doing our detail work. All of our applique is now finished, so we can just let the detail work stitch out. The next step that we have is to put the back on and do some more trimming, but we got to get the details out of the way first. And you can kind of see the blue. I like it. The purple, for some reason, I just loved it. I just thought it was fun. So feel free to experiment a little bit with the colors. You'll be surprised that our cute little penguin guy can be even better with a little purple and blue. So the next step is black thread, and we are stitching down, doing the cover stitches for the penguin. Now you may notice that the penguin, the outside, and there'll be other places, it's not 100% satin stitch, so don't think there's a mistake there. That is because we are putting stitches over it, so it kind of moves along and jumps around, and that's why. So more detail work. We're going to start doing the stripes on the scarf of the penguin. I want to say pumpkin for some reason, but it's a penguin. So if I say it by accident, it's a penguin. I know that. These stitches are awesome. I decided to bring in a little bit of green. I think I could have done, you know, green and yellow, or as an idea, you could do house colors. So you can do gold, and I think it's burgundy and different house colors like that. I think that would be really fun. The candy cane, I decided to go for the less traditional but still awesome red and green. I didn't think the white would show up well enough, but I thought it was nice too. And plus there was white in the tie there, in the scarf rather. So I am using felt on the back. You don't have to. You can use fabric. Make sure that you put the fabric face down so even the back looks nice. Now this is when you should change out your bobbin. I trimmed the top and the batting, and then I trimmed underneath. You can see that you can see through my stabilizer there. So cut everything out. And again, be very careful, be as neat as you can about it. This is just stitching it down so we don't have any loose edges. And now we're going to do our finishing satin stitch. So I was saying, I use felt on the back. I have some really, really nice felt, and it just kind of helps keep them in place. And I just really like it, and I happen to have some. So I use the rest of the blue felt that's on our penguin guy on the back, so it still all matches. So if you wanted to do the outside in different colors, that would be great too. How about variegated thread? I think any part of this penguin guy would be fantastic in variegated thread, but especially the outside. I think that would look amazing. Now it's going to do these gorgeous satin stitches all the way around it. Like I said, make sure you change your bobbin. I didn't this time because I am finishing it in white because I want it to stand out. And then it's going to do the lace stitches that I absolutely love. I love the lace stitches. So you can, I usually try to do them separate. You could stop your machine and do the lace in a different color, but I think this looks fantastic the way it is. And I like the white. I guess I could have used red as well on the outside to match the fabric, although reds are a lot more difficult to thread match than white. White is white. It's pretty easy to find. So this won't take too long to do. They're nice finishing stitches that will just end your project properly and make it look great. So again, you can find this design on omlembroidery.com. So if you haven't joined, you should go ahead and do that. Make sure you like this video and show up for the lives because we have tons of fun. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!